Say hi, everybody. All at once.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Close enough. Well, hey guys, how's it going? We are here on the Redstone Quarry podcast. I almost literally just forgot the name.
It is a genius name. Jesus Christ.
Absolutely
waffles.
genius.
And
waffles.
optionally. We're still discussing this.
Yes, but this is beta, so don't worry about it. Currently, at the moment, we have just started up episode 0 of the podcast, if you can't tell by the title and this odd square box appearing in your sub boxes with a random thumbnail attached to it. Yeah, kind of far-fetched. But anyways,
In your sub box?
so, our main goal, and Nordy just fell from a high place, but anyways, our main goal is to basically see where everybody's at and see what you guys want to see from the series. We're going to have to ask what topics you'd like to see us talk about, and this is very important because we cannot generate topics like out of our butts. Well, maybe some people can, but I can't.
Topicgenerator.com.
But yeah, we need just viewer feedback and interaction for the most part. So, everybody, let's go for like a general introduction of like ourselves. Let's start with enemy because I don't like being selfish.
Hey guys, I'm Enemy22. Yeah, this is my voice. I like to dig. I don't really do YouTube, but I like to talk about Minecraft and have played for quite a while. And yeah, I think I can bring some quite common opinions to the table also. Yeah, that's that.
And
Whatever,
one thing
that's-
is we need to learn how to articulate.
Yeah.
But damn it, I'm
I'd
German,
like to
it's
learn what
hard.
that means first, but
Well, don't worry, I'm probably worse than you are, but alright, Zag, you're next.
hello, my name's Zag PC. I'm not German or Belgish
Belgish.
Waffles.
or European at all, so
Not a waffle
it
head.
really doesn't matter who I am.
Wafflehead.
So-
No one about us outside of Europe. You're right.
Well, anyway, I've been playing Minecraft for a while, and it's really fun, and I like grindy work. So anyway,
And
I'll
iron
pass the mic
farms.
to. Oh yeah, iron farms too. I like big iron farms, humongous iron
Not like one cells, those suck.
really big iron farms. Okay, so without explaining any further, I guess I can just pass the mic to Micromac Comp.
Haha, Mike. I see how it is.
Working.
Okay, so, hi, I'm Micromac Comp. You guys probably know me from my channel.
YouTube.com/macromacom.
Wow.
Saw the one coming, dude.
Yes, I did. But anyways, I like just about anything with redstone in it, except for auto-repairing iron farms, but I try to build them anyway, because I don't know, I like iron farms as well. But yeah, so I've made things from like witch farms to iron farms to wood farms to things that I haven't actually shown yet, which are cool, but yeah. Enough about me. Let's go to Niels.
Hi, I'm Niels. I'm Dutch,
Liar.
although some people say that I'm German.
You are, but who cares?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, I also like redstone and grindy stuff, and I don't know what to say about myself. Yeah, my in-game name is Niels17, but yeah.
Alright, so Zachy.
Alright. Hey, I'm Zach. I basically just play the game and no one knows who I am. In a nutshell.
Genius. Perfect.
Mhm.
Perfect introduction. Alright, don't
And
shoot
your
me if I
faults.
forgot to... Oh wait, wout. I was literally about to move on to the next segment. Okay, go out.
Almost forgot me.
Did you forgot anyone?
Well, Bots is here.
You didn't forget any person, just a waffle, Aaron.
Yep.
We would never forget a wow
let's-
wow.
Never
Yeah.
forget a wout
Wait.
wout.
Yes.
And there are
Yes.
tons of wout puns to come in this
I get wow,
podcast
wow.
as well.
I don't
So,
get how these
Wout, who
puns.
are you?
I am. Okay, I'm not gonna say waffle, Aaron.
Yes, you are. You can't avoid the truth.
It's too late. He already said it.
Yeah, okay. I'm Belgian since nationality is a big issue apparently. So there you go. I make waffles for a living. Okay, I don't. So yeah, I have a YouTube channel. You can look me up if you want to. I mainly make filters, so-
YouTube.com/wout12345. No wait, /12345 wout12345.
Dang it, I hope you would get it wrong. But yeah, on there I mostly make filters, and also I'm focusing on the creative side of Minecraft technology. So we won't find too much of what these guys are doing. So the main reason they include me is because they like killing me every Friday night in Cops and Crims, except for this one.
Yeah, I don't like cops and crims, to be honest. It's kind of
It used to be on. And
I used to be, but
Yes.
yeah. So
So yeah, that's how I know them, I guess.
that is everyone, I believe, and you can feel free to punch me later if I forgot you. So we've introduced ourselves, and now we define our purpose. What do we plan on talking about specifically?
Our quest is to kill 15 minutes a week.
More than a gift.
Well, hopefully entertain you guys and.
But we were discussing this about 10 minutes ago, which is also very long to Spock standards. We
Wow.
were discussing, and Spock suggested that we should go for 15 minutes. So there you go.
That would be our
so-
minimal, I would say.
No.
Well, I would
Go
like
away
to,
at
to
least
keep
half.
under 3 hours, so I'm fine with that by definition.
Okay,
Topic
post
stay
a
strong,
comment
it
down
can go
below,
more than
guys.
3.
Half an hour to an hour.
Well, this is kind of a feedbacky episode, so
Yeah,
yeah.
so post any comment has to be reasonable.
Follow
so
up.
Yeah. It has to
Okay.
be reasonable, so just go for like between 1 or 2 hours or something. That's still in the impartial rule, of course.
So we've completely coasted through that
Yeah.
objective, and now this
Well, that's the
this
thing.
objective might take a while, or it will take no time at all, depending on how much you guys can talk. Define technical Minecraft.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I could go first for like half an hour, but you only want 10 minutes, so.
Just go on.
But well, I think we will keep talking till everyone thinks he said everything he wants to talk about. So
Yeah.
that's our length, I guess.
I'm gonna take a
It'll
stab
be
at it real
time
quick
limit.
and just say that I'm gonna have a short 2-word definition. Industrial Revolution. I will elaborate later, but you guys can
Well,
say
yeah.
what you want.
Yeah, I love that. I love that idea because it's the industrial revolution was basically big social issues around the industrial revolution, and similarly over here you've got like 3 people who for some reason like grinding. They just have to work all day to get like the real innovation going, and they don't get enough food, and they have to live in like small quarters, and yeah,
They have to live in small wooden shacks.
yeah,
Just eat some chicken.
yeah. So that's a very good analogy, Zach. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
His-
So
Historical critic.
historical critic. Another thing, what I think about technical Minecraft is there are 2 aspects of it. There are the inventors, 3. The inventors, the innovators, and the showcasers.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I would count myself as an innovator, not an inventor by any means.
But then explain
Inventors.
the difference, right?
It,
Oh.
inventors are basically like the people who create the things first. Like the person who made the first working tree farm, the person who made the first working ender dragon farm, the person who made the first working sand generator, even though that was way too easy and nobody can really claim that. But yeah. Then there are innovators, people like Test, JL, no, wait. No, wait. Yes, okay, sorry. Fail. There are people like Test, there are people like JL, Test also kind of falls into the invention category, but he's an interesting category. We'll not talk about him for a while.
He's a category within himself.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's robots.
So,
But that's in another episode.
but that's for another episode. um. So there's JL. There's. Whoa! Holy crap! Somebody
What?
disconnected.
We lost Niels.
Oh, Niels.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll keep going.
Okay, so there's JL, there is me, there's Zag, there's like really innovators is a very long category. It's kind of hard to just like yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
that was
worry,
just going
don't
back
worry,
and forth
Zaki, I got
years.
Yeah, I know all those people, but what defines that category? What do you have to do to become an innovator? What do you
To
do as
become an
innovator?
innovator, you have to better the invention of a previous person, or to expand upon a concept that already
I wouldn't really
exists.
say better though.
Improve.
So-
Well, improve, yes, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you're
basically the same,
improving,
right?
but not
Increase
coming
the
up with
efficiency.
completely new stuff. You're just like
Yeah.
taking
Yeah, so-
a concept and taking it to the next level and making it better.
For instance, faster shifting 4 in a pre-designed witch farm. It's just small things changed.
Yeah.
Cough,
Small
cough.
reference right there.
Cough, cough.
Or repeater timings on certain mob farms. Any little thing.
Yeah, but I don't
And
know
what was
what
the third category?
The showcasers.
for those who publish it on YouTube, I suppose.
Yeah. Just making a video.
But like,
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
no.
any side is bad, so don't get me wrong on that. Every single
Well, I would-
side benefits each other, and they all help each other grow. And happy
I-
rainbows
I-
and ponies.
I
All
have
over.
a question to your logic. Like, if you showcase something, don't you have to like do something first so that you have to showcase?
Yeah.
So you have to invent or innovate in
Well-
the first place.
To
not
showcase,
necessarily.
like, for example,
you mean,
Doc
like-
M showed Daniel Cotes's wither cage in one of his videos. That would
Oh,
be
yeah,
showcasing.
just to spread it a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind
Okay,
of to
I get it.
expand the knowledge base and share around the community.
Well, in my opinion, just about showcasers, I would say that they are definitely so. I mean, I wouldn't name names, but there have definitely been examples, not here in the technical community, but in the Minecraft community as a whole, where showcasing other people's stuff led to a whole lot of controversy. Because so I definitely wouldn't say that in all cases should be considered fair.
Yeah.
It definitely depends on the relationship between the showcaser, the publisher, and the creator.
Yeah, well, that also kind of goes back to like, well, like every single topic can be put under controversial. So let's say somebody, quote unquote, innovated and just made their own design and called it better than somebody else's. That would be the failed version of innovating. And let's just say somebody invented something and it didn't work how they thought it would. That would also be a failed invention. And failed showcase would also be doing what you're describing as well. Basically, like, not giving credit,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, I mean, there's more than that.
Yeah, there is
I
much
don't
more
really
than that.
know if, like, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I would think a lot about, even if, like, we're talking about, like, people, someone like Doc M, I'm not sure if I would just really just allow it, even if he gave credit, like, just hypothetically speaking, of course.
Yeah.
Minecraft content would be interesting enough for that, but, like, there's still, I think it also depends, it just depends on the relationship. I mean, for some publishers will not give a lot of it in return. Basically, some innovators or inventors will not ask for a lot in return. But I think it definitely depends on individual examples.
Yeah.
But getting back to your innovators, you put JL there. I don't really know. Like, I never really thought about that difference that way, because basically the way things have been going on the internet for quite a while, and I have to admit there's a bit of a shift lately towards, like, what you could describe as publishing without creating.
Yeah.
But so for like 90% of the stuff, or probably like 95, it's just that all of these three roles, I would say, are just the same.
Yeah.
At least so inventing and especially inventing and innovating, is just I've never really thought about making that division myself personally. I don't even know what to think of it, because if I think of people like Panda, I just think they've done, I don't know. Panda's definitely done some inventions, but
Yeah.
Innovating as well.
yeah, I have to admit, like when I think about jail, I can't really think of an invention, but then again, he started ZipCrowd and he got technical people on there, so he must have done some stuff
He
to impress
invented
people back
ZipCrowd.
in the day.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I think that in almost all examples, and with almost all people, they will have some example
Actually,
creations which fit into both categories.
JL, don't kill me if I say this, but like,
Yeah, you'll show.
I'm not sure if he was super technical the moment he started out. I know he was pretty dang technical, but like, he wasn't to the scale, he wasn't technical to the ability to which some technical players are today.
Well, yeah.
The thing is, we're using this word technical, but we still haven't no
Yeah, but it,
definition
we're-
of what
yeah,
we mean
but
by it.
We're still
That's
all
why we're
discussing it, right?
talking.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Like,
we're
if I can pitch in real quick,
yeah,
the idea of, between innovator and inventor, for me, I think it would be the same, because every time you innovate something, you invent a new design for whatever farm or whatever thing you're doing.
yeah,
So I think you could make this one category,
yeah. You could make
maybe.
technically all of technical Minecraft falls into one category if you think about it. You're either technical or you're not.
yeah, well, thing is, I would, as I just said, I would say that definitely for the most part these two categories align a lot within people. But if I look at individual creations, I would indeed like. If I look at, say, Panda's dungeon generator episode, like that hadn't been done before, and
And
now
it
we're
still
doing-
hasn't been done.
Yeah, we're a year and 2 months later, and this has not been done performed again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's inventing, needless to say. Whereas,
That's a very rare case, though.
yeah, but like in other cases, especially within like the area of technical Minecraft I would call Redstone, but I'll probably get to that in a second with a
Yeah.
bigger explanation. I would say that there isn't that much. This line indeed is much more thin, because when you invent something, you don't just build a creation, but you also you have to be inspired, basically. You have to come up with a concept.
Yeah.
Innovate something, you have to improve it. It requires less creativity, I would say. But when you look at Redstone, I mean, everyone knows about like 12 by 12 flush piston doors or that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? So if you build a 14 by 14 one, you will need a whole lot of different mechanics. But then, indeed, the question definitely rises, as Enemy said, what is that inventing? I mean, you technically made a machine with a different purpose, but it requires little creativity to come up with a challenge, of course,
Yeah.
based on 12 by 12.
I think
But
like
that's what's more innovative.
a better word than like inventor would be like maybe like a discoverer, like the first person to find it.
Like
Like, yeah,
a
I think-
theoretical Minecrafter, I guess. Like a theoretical physicist, almost. And then applied Minecrafter and applied physicist.
I don't really know, though, because when you say discoverer, again, going back to the Redstone, I mean, you're in survival technology, indeed, there's a lot of stuff about basically, well, let's say this, discovering mechanics. Like, most of the stuff you see ZipCrowd do is just they discover a new mechanic and they export it to the full extent and they're done with it,
Yeah.
almost, you could say. Whereas in like creative technology, we've got the command blocks. The mechanics are limited, but they allow for. I mean, command blocks are almost Turing complete, which basically means that you can do lots and
You can do
lots
so
and
much
lots of-
stuff with them.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, possibilities are insane. So, yeah, yes, I think I kind of lost track of my thought here. What were you talking about?
Technical.
Yeah, sure. Just go ahead.
I guess I can pitch in my idea of what I think of when I say technical. A technical player, for me, is someone who tries to understand the game better and use his knowledge of the game to make stuff more efficient and to automate stuff and make stuff easier for him.
Yeah.
Like, all the things we talked before is if you do something yourself, if you innovate something new. But to me, when you call yourself a technical player, you don't have to make something new all the time. You can easily use other people's designs, but play in a technical way where you try to automate a lot of things or everything. Yeah, and try to play the game in a way where you use the game to make it easier on yourself.
Yeah.
That's how I would define technical, I guess.
Technically, you make the game harder on yourself in order to make it easier for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the fun comes
Yeah,
in for me,
so-
because you have all the problems and you have to figure out how to make it easier on yourself, and that often demands a lot of work. For example, if you do
Yeah.
a perimeter or something. But in the end, it's so much easier on you, and that's totally worth it for me most of the times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
yeah, that's where a lot of the fun comes from for me in playing Minecraft.
Not everyone has to invent something. A physicist does not have to discover something new. If it's just using stuff that is already there, you can still do the stuff, and it's still physics, and
Yeah.
you don't have to do.
You don't have to invent something to be a technical
Yeah.
player. If you
Yeah.
implement it, or even like semi-implement it, like I guess it's still considered
Or
technical.
even like
because-
understand what goes
Yeah,
behind
understanding
it.
it too.
Yeah, like for me, a technical player tries
Tries to understand their
understand
environment
the
and the
me-
mechanics behind the
yeah,
game.
the mechanics behind it before like just rebuilding something because he knows, okay, it works.
Like, I'm
He
gonna give
wants,
an
he
example.
wa- he's a person who wants to know how it works. He wants to know how to make it better and tries to make it better in any way.
Yeah.
Like an iron farm, for example. Like if Tangotech or Dan were the only ones who knew how to make iron farms and the mechanics behind it, everyone else would just build that. Even if they don't know how it works or anything, they would just build it just because they know it works.
Just
Hey,
follow
this works.
this tutorial, place this door then, and this door then.
Whereas then, like,
And then it
people
works.
who innovate on those iron farms, now that they understand how it works, how the mechanics behind it work, and make bigger versions of the iron farms or more compact versions of training villages and things like that. Like, all that comes from knowing how the game works in that aspect at least. Sorry.
Yeah. And like following tutorials, while you're building it is also kind of a learning process in itself, because like you're learning how to build it for the most part, and as you're building it, you're kind of figuring out the mechanics if you're actually trying to.
Hopefully.
There's definitely like different subcategories too to being a technical player.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. That's
Probably.
something I very strongly. I have had. I think I have had this categorization for quite a while by now, so I could say it's something. Well, not really definite, but something worthwhile. So technical Minecraft, or what most people also just call Redstone, although I hate the term.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you're not the only one apparently. Like I personally, I look at like YouTube communities, I would call them. I've defined up in 3 categories, and I think actually this applies to communities, but also just people, as in what they do make themselves. So basically, first category, Redstone, like example channels like Phenoman, Cube Hamster, bit less with Slimestone, but still Code Crafted back in the day when he did like these insane Redstone builds.
Yeah.
Basically, survival friendly Redstone typically. You don't use command blocks, you only use survival materials, but like piston doors, all that kind of stuff. They typically just do it creative for the heck of it. That's typically not the use to it, but it's just fun.
Yeah.
The second category would be survival technology. So one word, zip crowds is one example.
Enough said.
Yeah, that's basically it. Just trying to extend the limits of what's possible in vanilla survival. Usually involves, as I already stated, that's my opinion, discovering new game mechanics, because those, although of course there are other examples like Iron Farms, which I already mentioned, but the most innovative and most amazing stuff is typically by using new game mechanics only a couple of people know about.
Yeah.
And,
And if you didn't discover it, odds are nobody else will. if for a very long time at least. So if you know something that's like really amazing and other people don't, I'd recommend just getting it out there as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Diamond farm, cough cough.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what it is. Like, if it's something that's so amazing, but it like breaks the game so much that they definitely would fix it, makes sense that you kind of not reveal it too much, so
Yeah.
that it won't
Yeah,
get
it's always
fixed.
an
For
example.
example, like the bedrock breaking with portals. I won't explain how it works, but it's there, and it's been like
Don't
a lot of people
mention,
by
don't
now
mention
know
it.
how
Don't
it
stop,
works.
stop. Dude, you listen to jail, right?
Yeah, like by now
Eh,
a lot
then
of
you
people.
know what to talk about.
Yeah. A lot of
Never-
people
oh.
by now know how it works, and that's
Everyone
fine.
knows-
But
oh.
as long as like not everyone uses it, because well, it kind of isn't made in a way that you can use it like a lot and really easy.
Yeah.
But if everyone would use it, they would fix it, and that
it-
often is like too bad because it was so cool.
The dark oak trees for breaking bedrock. That has been in the game for almost a year.
Yeah.
but
It's still
It has been a
fixed.
year.
For me,
keep-
I don't
At this
care.
point, it has been a year.
For me, I don't care if it does, even if it doesn't get patched, or I know it's not gonna get patched. If something breaks the game so hard that it's just not even fun
Endermites.
to play anymore, then I don't know if it's even worth uploading. I don't
Yeah,
know,
you're
I guess
talking
it's
about your stuff,
controversial,
so
Yeah.
Infinite diamonds, infinite free XP or stuff like that.
Be like all that, but then I mean, you could even go down to like finding the best level to mine diamonds.
but- Well, that's different than actually having the diamonds come to you and all you
Oh
have
my
to do is
God,
sit in
I
a
know.
minecart.
Yeah, well, like that is a good example for something technical people would know, and the best level to mine diamonds at. Like, you can't just start playing Minecraft and bam, technical.
Yeah.
Technical is something that comes over time. You learn more and more. Like, I've been playing this game for 3 years now, something like that, and I learn new things almost every day about that game, and it's awesome. But yeah, like
Yeah.
something like things like where would you go to mine diamonds? What layer? That is something a technical person would know because he cares about that stuff and he tries to be more efficient and spend less time on stuff like that.
Like when I first started playing Minecraft, I had no idea where to start mining diamonds. I had to like go YouTube stuff. Like that's where I learned most of the basics of the game. It's just playing and YouTubing it. And
Well,
guess it's one
My
thing I
internet
wanted
used to
do.
suck, so I could not rely on YouTube at all.
wiki or
No, I mean like it was ridiculously intermittent. I had it like up maybe 2 out of the 7 days of the week.
oh,
Oh,
like
that's
that. It's not
terrible.
like your upload up down speed. It's just gone for days. Or...
Yeah. So
Yeah, oh, well,
so
I
like
don't think it either.
it was so frustrating. So I had to figure everything out on my own, which is kind of what I guess.
Everyone hates because Minecraft is sucks at that.
Well, it's part of the fun of the game for newer people at
A
least.
lot of people would disagree right there, but I don't think I want to get into a discussion about that. I mean, it's just that, like, I'm not. There are tons of people who think Minecraft needs some documentation.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I did not know how to punch wood. It was just click, click, and it did not work.
Also-
Maybe it
Yeah.
was because of my stupid slow PC, but they don't say anything of how to play
Yeah.
it. It's just here you have a world. Go ahead, go find it out. And it works.
I think that's yeah, like you could see it both ways, but I think that's on one side a really good thing about Minecraft because there's no way, no direction where it forces you like this is how you play.
You can't play it in the
you
wrong
can
way.
do yeah, you can play it in any way and still do it right. But like on the other hand, for new people, a tutorial wouldn't be bad. Seriously, like
Yeah,
like
I mean,
without
just
YouTube, you probably would play the game for 10 minutes, say okay, that sucks, I don't know how it works, and there's no tutorial, and then leave again.
Yeah. Another thing I'd recommend if you're a new player is to restrict yourself from tutorials as much as you can. As other people may suggest the opposite. Up until you get to the point where you're just going crazy. Then, once you can't stand it anymore, obviously you look up the tutorials.
Well, what probably wouldn't be bad to begin with is just to include some kind of
Yeah.
box folder.
Well, I mean, like
using
basic,
certain
assuming you
keys.
have basic controls and stuff like that down, and assuming
still,
you
like,
have
crafting
like a
recipes.
semi-safe structure, then I'd probably recommend that you're fine to not use tutorials.
I just think that I would probably. Oh, whatever. We're deviating.
I mean, this
still-
is an entirely opinionated podcast, and we will probably vary on a lot of things, which is another point.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course. I
but
mean,
that's the whole
it's
point of
about
it.
opinions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, then no way objective in any way. So
I don't think that's the goal at all. So yeah.
Yeah, unlike most of the games today, like most of the games are like really just snap response, do this, do that kind of thing, in my opinion. Like, sorry, go.
there's a good example for what you mean, because lately I played Call of Duty single player, and it's seriously it's like there's message above your ally's head. It says follow, and like you're getting told what to do. Like there's no freedom in this game whatsoever. Like you're doing what you're told, and then it's like a movie. It's like watching a movie, but you have to do some parts of it yourself.
I'm
Kind
going to
of.
disagree again because I definitely like Minecraft more than modern games. I've been playing this for over 3 years now. But
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm like, oh, I'm too lazy to do anything today. I log on to Hypixel, play Cops and Crims, and there's no creative freedom right there. It's just skill basically. That's what it's about. It's just.
And connection, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about. I think when you look at stuff like yeah, and also about connection. When you look at games, if you compare Minecraft to Call of Duty, I think you should definitely consider the difference.
Yeah.
Values basically.
I didn't want to compare it. It was just to point out like an example for what Micro meant with his part about like there's a certain way you have to play the game, and yeah, I wanted to emphasize on that.
Yeah,
Yes,
and not
like
not
Minecraft.
everybody likes not everybody can even form their own decisions even. As
Well,
sad as it
some people
sounds.
just don't really care that much about it. They're indifferent to it. They just want to, well, practice like a lot of these.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I have to give myself.
All right. I guess we'll take a brief break because I am also getting slightly hungry, and I'll run downstairs and get a snack or something. So break. We'll be back in a second.
Elevator
Adios.
music with Niels.
No, we can just cut this part.
And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hey yo.
Welcome back.
So, where did we leave off? We were talking about. Crap! I literally forgot what I was going to say.
Minecraft.
Yes,
I know
we were.
that we still have to mention the third
Oh, we were
category.
talking about like the creativity of the game and stuff like that.
Dang it.
But I guess that is kind of straying from our topic, though.
Oh no, I mean, I can get back to this in like an hour or something. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Just write it down and bam, we're done.
All right, time to write that down.
Oh, I'm writing it down already. What are you doing?
I'm
Changing the topic.
I'm putting it back.
So wait, are we
Uh,
going further away, or do I just go on my third category and we're done with my story?
We're done.
No, I would still have to mention it. Now my story's incomplete.
Yeah,
That's
let's
even worse.
ramble.
Okay.
I want to hear more talk.
Okay, I'll try to wrap something up.
So
quickly.
from before we took the break, I'm assuming we can all establish that the definition that we gave before we said what is technical Minecraft does not match what we've gathered at the moment.
What was the original definition?
I don't think we had an unusual. Like that was the topic of this podcast. Like,
Yeah.
this is a technical
We're trying
podcast,
to
but
come
what
up
would
with
that
a
mean?
definition.
Yeah, but I mean,
Wow.
like, I'm pretty sure all of us came in thinking the definition would be something different than what we came out with.
Have we come out with something yet?
We haven't exactly
don't
came
think
out
so.
with anything, but like,
Yeah,
I just heard
Anywhere?
some interesting opinions.
So far, I have learned that your opinions are a bit different than mine,
yeah.
but all the same, you're agreeing with what I said. So I think it's not all that wrong. So I think my definition is a good place to start,
Yeah.
I guess. And yeah.
And Skype is blowing up. Thank God I'm in D&D. Like 43 freaking messages in the contingency chat.
Quit.
Okay. So
Well,
yeah, this is what breaks do to you. You have no idea what to talk about when you come
I can
back.
talk about my third category.
Yeah, please.
Okay, great.
Sure.
So, first we have Redstone, we have survival technology, now we have creative technology, which is basically these days command blocks. In the past, there was lots of other stuff as well, but command blocks can basically do anything you want these days with no functionalities. So, yeah, it's basically just about trying to limit what is possible in survival, building creative, using. You can basically use anything as long as you don't have to change your jar to open the world. You can use external tools, most notably MCEdit. Of course, you can write your own filters for that. Yeah, you know,
Who
you probably
does
have
that?
stuff. Yeah, no one does that. Guff. Not like someone needed a filter. earlier this week.
YouTube.com/12345 wout12345.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna
Good at
upload.
something.
I actually made a filter earlier this week for Spark, by the way, and I'll probably upload that somewhere like next week or something. I'm not lazy. But yeah, so that's basically creative technology, and in the past also used to be a lot about stuff like custom spawners and stuff, but these days it's really focused on command blocks, and also
With
like,
the command, you can do the same thing as a spawner, but more.
Better.
yes, but there's
even
still,
better.
yeah, see that's the thing, there is, especially like basically when they introduced randomization, when it had the @r selector doesn't target all players, a random player, but a random entity. That's basically when, in my opinion, they removed spawners. Spawners used to be useful for, in my opinion, for randomization. There was something with spread players you could use on squids or something to get a random result, but now you can just say, alright, we create 100 armor stands.
Couldn't you
Pick
just
a random
hook like
one
a
and you
random
could-
randomizer up to a dropper?
Yes, but that is not a very efficient way to do things because,
Yeah, that you can maximum
Yeah.
do 9 things.
Yeah.
well, yeah, no, you can actually. It's really hard to detect. Well, you can use command blocks for that, but the
Well,
thing is,
technically you could do more. Because you could just hook up droppers to up to droppers
Yeah,
up to
but-
droppers
but
up to
that's-
droppers.
That's not a really
It will-
elegant way if you're doing it in creative anyways.
Or generate
but
a
the thing-
binary number by using
no, the problem
um,
still is that you, with one try, what can you generate? You can, in one dropper, you can put up to 9 items.
yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
want to generate something like 13 options? It's impossible because it's a prime.
Technically
You
you could generate binary numbers as well.
Well, yeah, you could use 1, 2,
why,
4.
why is
one.
it being a prime makes it impossible?
You
Well,
can
because
do
the thing
one
is that
out
you
of
can.
14, and then if it hits the 14 one, you just grab another number. There is a small chance that you will have to grab a number
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Then
12
that's
times. But
That's another way to do it. Just say we're only using these random values. If it is out of range, then we run the algorithm over again. Then you don't have that. Then you don't have. Let's go for this in theoretical computer science, but whatever. And you basically don't have any guarantee of the time it's going to take to execute your algorithm.
Yeah.
But basically with command, so in the past, like stuff like you have, say, a big spawner covering a big area, and you can just vary the amount of grass spots you have. Then you spawn one pig, and pig will only spawn on a grass block. That's a condition. But now you can just say, all right, I have X entities. There's no condition whatsoever anymore. You just give them all a name, and you say, all right, pick a random entity with this name, and then it will pick one. And you can, for example, use a scoreboard value you stored in that entity to write to like another scoreboard value you want to use it for. And if you want to do that with a dropper, the issue is that you can generate numbers up 1 up to 9, and then you can combine 2 of those. You can say like, all right, we use 2 droppers with one with 3 and one with 5. Then you can get up to 15 values. But as you can see, you're basically using numbers 1 to 9, and you can multiply them by adding no factors. But that means you can't get to prime numbers like, say, 31. Because you can't get 31 by multiplying numbers 1 to 9. That's basically my theory. That's what I was. And the Nielsen section isn't that bad, of course. You can definitely just run your algorithm over again, but that means that the length of your algorithm relies on randomness, and sometimes it can take extremely long.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically my creative talk, but that's an example.
Because
Yeah,
none of us
look-
know anything about creative besides
I have
WoW.
no idea what just went on in the past minute.
Actually, did some great
I
projects
understood
yesterday, but-
everything.
Well, let's
Yeah,
just say
enemy knows everything.
like,
I
yesterday
understood 99.9% of nothing you said.
Thanks. Now I feel very useful. So just in summary, you have the creative technical community, and personally, because I'm mostly invested into that one, I would say, also within the other ones, of course. I also divide those up into concepts, which are definitely the biggest one, then map making, which is like kind of in between. So for basically big concepts, you could call them. Which aids both of these sectors would be the Untitled Filter community, yay, which is also the smallest. So yeah, that's
Is
my
there
story,
a filter
but
community?
a small one, I would say. Like Textile of me, it prides more. I'm not important, by the way. I'm just naming myself because I thought of myself. Agent
YouTube.com/wow
Bright more-
1234 12345
Yeah,
wow 12345.
thanks. Next time we mention something about Iron Farms Europe, do it. So yeah,
Okay.
I pride more. Potshot me. Maybe Crush Pix also makes some filters. Also other people who are currently working on new MC edits version.
Sethbling also makes
Yeah.
filters.
Those kind of people.
Um,
Wait. Oh yeah, Sethbling, but he is not very active in the community. He's
Yeah.
too big, basically.
He's too busy playing on Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but you never hear him talking with
Crackhead.
himself or something.
Oh well. But
From one of your earlier those different categories, you said redstone and then more.
When I say redstone, I don't refer to like the redstone you guys use on the server or zip counters or.
Because there's
I do,
different kinds. Some of those making giant doors or making the compact
Yes, I even have.
possible
Do you want to?
thing of
I can
this
even
and that.
categorize within this, dude. But I'm not sure if you want
I
to hear
don't
it.
think technical should even like.
Yeah, technical is not equal
It's
to
not necessarily
redstone
redstone,
or other way
because-
around.
I'm going
Yeah.
to draw a chart of what I think technical
This-
Minecraft will be, and I'm gonna post a picture in that
Sure.
in the description
Shownotes.
below.
You can just
Show
flash
notes.
a picture
Show
of the video or
notes.
something.
You have to use
I don't know,
podcast terminology.
But anyway, what I was gonna say is because like iron farms, for example, most of the iron farms don't even use redstone. Like,
They use a bit of
and it's
redstone and
still technical.
Well, they
that
don't
is
have
the
to.
other kind
Well,
of
Most
redstone.
iron farms, he
Redstone-
means the single cells.
Oh no, he also means the ones like which you have to do the building yourself.
Oh yeah,
Like
but
the
that
iron
also requires redstone for
foundry,
the
for
chunk
example.
loader.
Well, technically, you don't have to make the redstone. You could just keep it loaded all the time.
Well,
With the person.
The important point to get.
Technically, I don't need to build the redstone in the iron towers. I could just manually build it.
Yeah, you could.
Technically, you're right.
Well,
Just
the
get an enemy to do
point we get out of this is technical Minecraft is not equal to that doesn't need redstone for it to be technical.
Yeah,
And
for
also the other
example,
way
Pi
around.
made a redstone-less 8-bit adder, I think.
Yeah, I also I found his one with the pathfinding, which is
Yeah,
really interesting. We
That was
might link
ridiculous.
if we can, we find
And
it.
we also
We
had,
linked
like,
it. And there's
uh,
also from Neomaster, for example, he made one with water, which is also very interesting.
Hmm
And you don't need redstone for something technical, and you,
Definitely.
it's
Also
just
used-
because you make something with redstone, it's also not technical. Like listeners, for example, they are not quote unquote technical because for me, technical is something that, in a survival sense, of course,
Yeah.
helps you to do something. That's what I use my technical Minecraft for.
Well, in the end,
guess.
technically, isn't all knowledge used to result in some end goal?
No, that's the thing. Like, example, yesterday I built a random generator using command blocks.
Mhm.
By the way, I didn't use redstone, so again, adding to your example list right there.
Mhm.
They basically just use fill clocks with, so you had stone bricks.
That
built
uses
into
redstone.
blocks and back. Redstone blocks, that's the only kind of redstone it uses. So, yeah, if you can't count that, sure. And the 2 buttons which activated it. But,
But
like,
it's not redstone.
Yeah, what's the point?
but the reason I mentioned it is because we were talking about use basically. And I built that just because I wanted something to build basically using this tool will be made. I'm not going to get into the details, but I was genuinely interested in that. It wasn't just, oh, I have to use this program for something, so let's make something. I really like building that, and it's completely useless. Like, I'll probably won't touch it. After next week, I probably won't touch it anymore. It will just be standing on my world. I mean, they're way better prime number generators. It's not like it's useful in survival because it's made of command hooks, but useful in the map or something because, come on, when do you need prime numbers in the map? We do some calculations, probably not never.
Also, I think what you're saying is it doesn't have to be useful to be
Yeah,
technical.
so, I mean, I would say that especially applies to creative technology, but also probably to other things as well. But in creative, people seem to be more eager to build stuff just for... Also for, as I said in like what I described as the Redstone category, I think I already said that, like, go back to piston doors. Yay! I mean, I don't dislike. I mean, I used to be into piston doors. I'm kind of sad that they don't interest me that much more anymore. But I mean, they're not really meant anymore for survival use. They're just, hey, I made
They're
so
cool.
I set a challenge for myself, just like I set a challenge for myself yesterday to build a paranormal generator using command blocks and as few as possible and as quick as possible, ultimately. And I did it, and I was happy with that. Just like Nico is probably happy with his 12 by 12 door, and never will use it.
Those massive doors, it forces people to innovate sometimes, because the only way how they can power that one piston is through a special minecart system or some kind of special system, and that you can learn new mechanics, make survival things more easy, and it's one of the things those massive piston doors gives you.
Yeah, so should we also talk about not just piston doors? Well, failed. Never mind, forget what I was going to say.
Piston doors.
But anyway, what I was going to say was Endermites. What do you guys think about them? Everybody in the technical Minecraft community either A, hates them, or B, loves them.
How can you love them?
I have one word for that. No.
I'm considering
who-
building a
who-
concept on Reflex, which just renames all Endermites to the most useful update in 1.8.
Who likes
You can hate them or love
Endermites?
them. What is the There's not really another option, in no opinion. But
But no,
Yeah,
no,
but
like,
like-
really extremely hate or love them. But I don't get who in like technical
Who would love
community
them?
likes. Oh, you mean because of Enderman farms?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose. That's the only thing, but
it's
I don't really hate them personally. I think they're annoying, but generally they don't hit me much, so...
They're
they
purple
only do-
hamburgers in
think
my
they're-
eyes.
I think with some changes added, they could be like a better bad mob. Like I think they're really bad right now.
Squid
For one
are
reason.
officially the most useless mob,
when
period.
you
Notice
throw an ender
that
pearl,
Squid
it-
are awesome.
When you throw an ender pearl, it spawns where you threw the ender pearl, not where you
Yeah,
landed.
so you
So
probably
Yeah.
you ender pearl away from the endermite, so it doesn't even
it's-
touch you. It
it's
touches the
very
person
poorly
who's next to
implemented.
you. It's stupid. It doesn't even make
Yeah,
sense.
like if they would just change that tiny bit, if it spawns where you teleport, not where you teleport from, that would make it way more useful because then it would actually
Annoying.
do something
Well,
like,
for now, it's just an
apart
annoying,
from
stupid mob that
annoying
does
your
absolutely
buddy who
nothing.
just stands there where you ender pearl.
That's like, oh, I threw my Ender Pearl, look, there's an Endermite now there, funny.
Like half the
Something
time,
like-
I end up hitting enemy. My endermite keeps trying to kill enemy when I ender pearl.
I remember
because-
Dark actually died to an Endermite.
Oh my god, this sounds so funny, I had to be there.
the thing
Yeah,
that
enough
I
I
don't
got
like
Endermite
is
terrible.
things like the zombie pigman farm that uses the mechanic, unintended feature that they keep
Echo each other.
aggro. It's
Well, that
and
actually
people who made
intended.
a farm of that.
It is ridiculous. I think I have to admit it. Although I do use it myself on the server. It's how we get XP currently, and also basically more gold than we will probably ever need.
I think they're actually good and stuff, and like it's a cool concept, and like using the new aggro pigment because everybody hates the new aggro pigment, so might as well do something good out of it.
Yeah.
But I think that it's kind of too OP, and I don't like the fact that it exploits it almost. But I guess people want payback because it's such a bad new.
Otherwise, What is
quote-unquote
the
feature.
point of having 300 levels?
So you
enchant for a long time.
enchant 100 times.
Yeah, because like that's the thing with 1.8, 1.8 enchanting, getting high levels is actually useful.
Yeah.
Like in the past, no one would go to level 60 to do 2 enchants because level 0 to 30 takes like a fifth of the time to get from 30 to 60. So no one would do that. But now it's like alright, 0 to 30, and then I can go to 33 for another one, and so
But
it's
it still
yeah.
takes the same amount of time, and you're just now getting more out of it. Like, when I enchant at the moment, I go to 39, because then I can enchant 4 times. And, yeah, I think it's faster, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's how I do it, because it's more convenient, I guess.
Yeah.
It is faster than just having to go to 30 every time. And
What I'd recommend doing is, we're all humans, so of course we all eat. So, like, leave yourself. Well, I don't know about
We all
Test, but he's
insert
not here.
fruits.
Wout is also a redstone lamp, and he's also ground. But
I'm consuming
I'm
food
grounds.
right now.
so what I mean
No,
is,
no.
while you're eating dinner, what I'd recommend doing is just setting yourself at like an AFK pigman farm, and then basically just letting it run, and come back from dinner and do like 20 enchants.
you just have your PC on all the time.
Yeah, but I mean like
think
just
that's
for dinner,
weird,
not like
like-
overnight.
You don't even hear zip crowd.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh look, dang it, my PC closed at night. Stupid Windows. Like, what the hell? Like often it looks like they're not even doing anything. Like
At a
uh,
certain point,
I don't know. I find it
Yeah.
weird.
at a
like,
certain point,
I-
you really have to go AFK a lot to get the big things that you want. Which
Yeah.
is kind of unfortunate, but it's worth
I
it.
have AFK'd overnight already. Like in the past 3 months, I started doing that for a fair bit for partially AFK fishing and that kind of stuff. But yeah, just AFKing, like, well, I mean, just leaving your PC on at night. I really don't understand. Whatever.
I did it because I needed to gather up an inventory full of, not an inventory full of. I needed to gather up 60 double chests full of gunpowder.
But you AFK'd at the witch farm, I suppose.
Quite a bit.
No, probably at the fish farm.
Iron farm.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes, at the fish farm.
Well, currently we are getting our most of our gunpowder from a mob farm
Yeah.
built, and it's usually inefficient, but we don't have a witch farm, so that's why.
But witch farms are also relatively inefficient for getting gunpowder.
Well,
If you only have one of them.
Yeah.
I want like 4 triple layered witch farms.
If you have multiple and not multiple on multiple locations, 2 huts at the same place, then it's faster.
yeah, but it doesn't happen. Like, I checked our seeds. There's no witch hut in
But
areas of 18k blocks from spawn. There's no dual witch hut. It's insane.
We barely have a dual witch hut on contingency.
Yeah.
That we like.
Yeah.
That's easy to get to. at
Like,
least.
we are pretty much able to stand in a total of, like, I want to call it less than 10 spots.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's basically
okay for
barely
AFK.
doable.
It's okay
is,
for AFKing,
but-
I would say.
Yeah.
It is, but it's all like
It's-
Y level dependent, and it's really just annoying. And
for AFK you don't.
and the fact that
move,
it's like
you
what
just-
20,000 blocks out or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I don't wanna get
like-
into it.
I don't know. I think it's like 7. No, wait. I think it's like 11k or something like that out.
It's too much to be worth going out there. And
Yeah.
Do you guys think there's such a thing as technical?
what?
What did you say?
Is there a thing like too technical? This is too technical.
Diamond
Oh.
farm.
I mean,
Well,
overpowered, basically, right?
That is entirely opinion based.
there's some people looking in the code, for example, or writing programs to achieve certain things that they later on do in survival.
Yeah.
Are there
that's
programs you
also,
just
like-
find-
Like
Yeah,
seed finders
to-
to find the perfect seed.
Yeah, like that's using your knowledge to achieve your goal in survival later on, I
User
guess.
joined your
Yeah.
channel.
But
Oh.
do you think that's technical or too extreme?
I wouldn't say so. Like, No. There's no such thing as
Definitely.
as too technical, because in the end, like, you're just proving how far you can get, in my opinion. If you're planning to build big, you're planning to basically show people what you can design and how big of an attention span you have. Like, that's really all it comes down to, building the thing in survival, but accomplishing your goals and designing things and the path along the way
User
is
left your channel.
really the whole drive behind it.
Yeah, like for me, I don't have problems with like using the seed finder, for example.
Yeah.
But I know there are a lot of people out there that say like if you're using external programs, like that's not having fun anymore. Like you're just like, yeah, you're going too far.
Yeah.
And well, I guess having no one in this group who feels that way kind of settles that debate for us. But
I don't know, to be honest, because
Well, all of
Like-
us in this channel, I presume, build big.
yeah, but like building
Oh.
big and it doesn't necessarily have to do with that.
Yeah.
I mean, until lately, I wouldn't say I have much, like, I was like, well, if it's possible in vanilla survival, we should do it, because if it's possible and it's OP, then Mojang will fix it, but then two people came along, and yeah, kind of got me away from the philosophy. But what you guys seem to be talking about is basically the use of external tools to find stuff, like finding, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
quad witches and that kind of stuff.
So, I mean, like, I think we're kind of starting to fall into a different category, but I'd say we've pretty much accomplished everything for the time being. Are you guys satisfied with this?
In a
As
podcast,
in
right?
defining
we
the
You need to do just one thing.
technical or
Yeah.
A
Well,
great title. The Redstone Quarry. Can I explain it, please?
sure.
Yay. Okay, so I came up with this genius title today when I
No, we
was...
didn't. It was all me,
Oh my-
100%.
It was on me, and I was coming back from a great, interesting, like, no, it wasn't interesting, it was 20 minutes and was way too short. But, yeah, so Redstone Quarry. Basically just Redstone, because, as I said, I don't like the term, because in my opinion it should refer to this one category, but very often by people who aren't within this community, like the more like Minecraft people and stuff, they often use the term Redstone just to describe all kinds of technical gameplay. So that's
They
why
do
that's
not understand it. And
It's all this redstone mumbo
Yeah.
jumbo.
like, I'm not gonna just blame them for being stupid. It's their interest, but I just don't really like the name that myself. But anyway, that's just something which often used, and it just fits better than technical because I already used way too much. So here you go, Redstone. Also, basically because we've got most of the people here are into survival technology. I personally am more into creative technology, and I think all of us have done some Redstone, like piston stuff in the past. So that's why.
Yeah.
Then, secondly, Quarry, of course. Basically, just a bit of a throwback at the Shaft, which I guess everyone knows is basically the most famous Minecraft podcast. Whereas the Shaft would be like, I'm shaft mining, I'm mining manually to get some ores.
And it has a dirty inner meaning. He.
Yeah, that's great you mentioned it. Great, now the gun could put freaking PG-12 on this.
PG-12?
I don't know, dude. We're getting our biggest audience away right now.
Okay. Well, either way, I think we're pretty much satisfied with the podcast as
one
it
word.
is.
Come on, I still need to explain Quarry.
Yeah.
Oh, right, fail. Sorry for cutting you
like
off.
digging holes.
Yes,
Massive
basically,
in the ground.
Shaft is manual mining. Quarry right now. You probably have heard of some slime block quarries. So yeah, that's really at the cutting edge of survival technology in specific innovation right now.
All of us
With
have
slime
broken the
blocks, yeah.
game at one point.
I'm not gonna judge other people, but I really wouldn't say so myself, to be honest.
I crashed it a lot of times.
break the game.
Well, that's pretty much what I mean. But I guess that's a good topic for next episode. Defining
Who has
breaking
broken
the
the game?
game. Oh well. Well, I guess that's enough for this point. And so we don't have a formal outro at this point. So
Niels.
Bye.
Sound effects.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, guys.
Niels. Oh wait, Zach. Do your outro trumpet.